Hi, and welcome back to Move with Katey. I am so excited to jump into this flow with you today. It is so wonderful to see so many of you join this community and being part of the movement. And I am just so honored that you are here to flow with us today. So we are going to jump into something comfortable and get ready to sweat a little bit, burn some heat, and really just drop into our bodies. So to get started, I'll invite you to take a seat on your mat. Let's inhale, and as you exhale, close down the eyes, dropping in, becoming present, settling into this space right here, right now. There's nowhere else you need to be. Taking another big breath in, feeling the air as it fills the lungs. And as you exhale, maybe sighing it out. Let all of it go. Next, inhale, let's shrug the shoulders up by the ears. And as you exhale, settle the shoulders down the back body. Bring the elbows towards one another and pull them back slightly, maybe even so that your hands pull towards the creases of the thighs and the hip bones. And then as you inhale, send the hands forward towards the knees. Exhale, pull the hands towards the hips. Start to feel that heat created, that heat that flows through your hands. Exhale, send the hands forward. Inhale, send the hands back. And then as you exhale, let's drop the fingertips by the side, keeping the eyes closed. Let's feel the arms as they raise up overhead. Palms come to touch, reaching hands high. And as you exhale, bend into the elbows, keep palms together, and touch the hands at heart center in our namaskar, our prayer position. And let's bow the nose towards the fingertips and take a moment of silence to set our intention for your practice today, here in this time together, but also maybe your intention to take with you once you leave the mat. And then take a big inhale together. And as you exhale, let's drop the fingertips by the hips. Inhale, reach the hands high and maybe flutter the eyes open. And then as you exhale, let's take a twist, bringing right hand to left knee and left hand behind the hips, reaching up through the crown of the head and down through the right knee, grounding into the right hip. And then twisting a little deeper as you exhale, wrapping the lungs around the rib cage. Inhale, reaching arms high. Exhale, left hand to right knee. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest. And as you exhale, twist around towards the right shoulder. Maybe using the fingertips to provide a little bit of torque. Inhale, coming back through center. And as you exhale, we're going to get right into our tabletop position and continue warming up through the body. So maybe shifting the energy side to side, pointing the fingertips out towards the edges of the mat. And just getting a little sway, warming up through the wrists, maybe making C-type shapes with the hips and the shoulders, crunching shoulders and hips towards one another, just getting and inviting a little movement here into this shape. And then let's point our fingertips forward, root down through the palms. Feel the clawing of your fingertips and knuckle pads, really reaching into the ground below you, firming up there. And then let's root down through the right hand and inhale the left arm high, looking up under left armpit. As you exhale, take left hand under right armpit and set down the left shoulder, coming into a thread the needle position. Option here to walk fingertips forward, right fingertips long. Another option to lift right hand high and exhale, settle it behind the back, wrapping around towards left thigh, taking a gentle little twist here, opening through the shoulders. Engage the belly button towards the spine. Press the tops of the feet down. And then inhale, right arm high if you've taken the bind. Exhale, right palm in front of nose. And inhale, straighten through right arm, lift left arm back to sky. Exhale, plant left palm down. Inhale, reach right arm high. And as you exhale, thread right arm under left, settling right shoulder, right ear towards floor. Option to keep left hand as it is or walk it out far in front of you. Or maybe reach left hand high, dropping it behind the back, catching hold of right thigh, rooting down through the tops of the feet and the right shoulder. Just feeling this nice stretch. Fun twist here. Then inhaling left arm high. Let's plant left palm in front of nose. And inhale, reach right arm up to the sky. Exhale, plant the palms. Next, inhale, we're going to tuck the toes and drop the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the heart. Exhale, puff up through the back of the spine, rounding the back body. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, puff up the back of the heart. Inhale, drop the belly. And then let's tuck onto the toes, keep the drop of the belly, keep the heart shining through the collarbones, elbows reach towards one another, and let's lift the knees just an inch off the ground, hovering here. You've got that nice arched back. And then let's reach the tailbone high, keeping the arch of the back, pressing through the heels of the hands and gripping the floor with the fingertips as you melt the heart back towards the thighs. We're in a little bit of a modified downward dog here. Knees are bent. And then as you inhale, begin to straighten through the legs if that feels good. Maybe walking out your dog a couple of times. And then we're going to jump right into our first flow. Inhale, right toes high to the sky. And then as you exhale, drop right heel to glute and point right knee up towards the ceiling, opening up through the hips. See if you can square shoulders towards the mat so that the rotation is really happening in that outer right hip. Inhale. And as you exhale, let's bring right knee across the body so that it taps left elbow, leaning forward towards high plank. Inhale, send right toes high, keeping that bend of that right knee and point the knee up towards the sky. Exhale, cross right knee over towards left elbow. Inhale one more time, open up to the sky. Then as you exhale, bring right knee in towards left elbow. We're going to pause here and then shoot the right leg off straight to the side of the mat. So you're coming into a bit of a hip opener, nice steep stretch here in that IT band. Maybe wiggling the left toes back a little bit further, taking a little rock forward and back, really getting comfortable here. And then as you exhale, we're going to set the right hip down. Inhale here. And as you exhale, we're going to bend into the elbows and let the chin and chest top the floor. Inhale, straighten through the elbows. Exhale, let's ground down into both feet and lift the hips up high. Inhale here. Exhale here. Now let's take it all together. Inhale, lower the hips. Exhale, bend into the elbows, chest and chin touch the floor. Inhale, straighten through the arms. And exhale, lift the hips high. One more time. Inhale, lower the hips. Exhale, bend into the elbows, chest and chin touch floor. Inhale, straighten the arms. And exhale, lift back up. Then inhale here, opening left arm to sky and coming onto inside of your right foot, coming into a fallen star. Open up the heart towards the sky. Reach the left fingertips high. Press the ground away with the whole hand. And then as you exhale, let's take some circles with the hand. So circling left arm around, making nice big circles with the shoulder. Maybe switch directions of the shoulder here. And then let's reach left arm long over the ear towards the front of the mat. Let's bend into left knee and send the hips back, keeping the right leg straight, just sending the hips back towards the back of the mat. Inhale, straighten through back leg, reaching forward. Exhale, bend onto that left foot. Inhale, send leg long. And then as you exhale, bend into left foot, and let's see if we can ground down into the right hand and the left foot so much that right foot can lift off the floor. Maybe even reach left arm high here, or maybe reach it long over the ear. And then as you exhale, let's set right leg down next to left foot, back at the back of the mat. Inch our hands back, and we're going to inhale, reach high for the sky with both hands. Exhale, lean forward. Take left hand wrap it around left knee and wrap right hand behind the back, seeing if we can invite a bind here. Just getting a nice opening through the shoulders. And then inhale, reaching the crown of the head forward, setting the tailbone back, rooting down through the left foot. And exhale, folding forward. Breathing here. Next, inhale, let's look forward. Unclasp the bind of the hands if that is something you've taken. And let's walk right fingertips as far forward on our mat as we can. We're going to inhale, send the hips forward, send right foot forward, coming back into our fallen star. Left hand high. Exhale, let's lower left hand next to right and pull right knee into chest, coming into a three-legged plank. And we'll rotate onto the outside edge of our left foot, dropping right foot behind the knee, and inhale, lifting hips and heart to sky. Dropping right hand behind, coming into a wild thing. And let's roll out the right wrist. Inhale the hips higher. Exhale, let the head go. If that feels good in your body. And then with our next inhale, let the hips sink so that we come onto outside edge of left foot. And let's set right hand down next to left. And then come into high plank. Nice work. Exhale, bending elbows, lowering halfway or all the way to the belly. Inhale, lifting heart. Coming into your back bend, cobra, upward facing dog. And then exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, and as we inhale, let's bring weight into both hands. Roll forward through the shoulders. So you're rolling, your heart is puffed up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, bend the knees, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, and send it back to downward facing dog. Squeeze biceps towards one another. We're taking a nice little spinal wave. Let's do it again. Inhale, rolling forward, make like a wave from shoulders to tailbone, and then drop the knees, lift the tailbone, lift the heart. Coming into that arched back and sending it back downward facing dog. Let's take a couple more cycles of breath in downward dog. Resettle, re-meet your intention. Then let's shift weight into the right foot and inhale, left toes high. Bend into the left knee, reach left knee high. Left heel squeezes towards glutes, shoulders square towards the top of the mat. And then as you exhale, let's cross left knee across the body to meet right elbow. High plank. Inhale, lift the left knee, open up through the hip. Exhale, over to right elbow. Last time, inhale, lift, open the hip. Then as you exhale, pause when you tap right elbow. And then send left foot long. Reaching right arm up towards sky. And inhaling, falling star. Then let's take some circles with the hand. Circling out the shoulder. Making big circles, feeling the whole shoulder girdle move. Then switching direction of the shoulder. Nice circles here. Lift the hips a little higher. And then as you exhale, let's plant right palm next to left. And we're going to settle the left hip down to the floor. Inhale here. And as we exhale, let's bend into the elbows. Inhale, lift and straighten the elbows. Exhale, lift up onto outside edges of the left foot, inside edge of the right foot. Inhale, lower the hips. Exhale, bend into the elbows. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lift hips. Inhale, lower hips. Exhale, bend elbows. Chest and chin touch floor. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, hips high. One more time. Lower hips. Bend elbows, chest and chin touch floor. Inhale, push up straight to the arms. Inhale, lift hips high. Then from here, turning onto the inside edge of our right foot, we're going to reach the left arm high and then reach it up over the ear towards the top of the mat. Exhale, set the hips back towards the back of the mat. Inhale, straighten through right leg, straighten out back to fallen star. Inhale, set hips back. Back, straighten the leg. Exhale, set the hips back. Inhale, straighten, move forward. And then let's bring weight into that right foot and see if we can lift left off the ground. And then as you exhale, settle both hips towards the back of the mat. I'm facing away from you now, but we've been here before. Inhale, reach arms high. Exhale, reach arms forward. Wrap right arm around right knee so that right hand touches the small of the back. Left hand comes to meet it. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, fold. Nice work, yogis. Building a fun little sweat here. Feels so good to move the body. Inhale, looking forward. And then planting the left hand, walking it out towards the top of your mat, and inhaling, lifting back up into that fallen star. Exhale, right hand comes to mat, left knee comes into chest, and we scoop left foot all the way behind the hips, coming onto the ball of the left foot and the outside edge of the right foot as we lift hips high, lift chest high, and let left hand reach out over the back. What a cool view upside down. Maybe circle out the left wrist here. Nice work. And then let's exhale, looking over the right hand, bringing left hand down towards the mat to meet it and coming into high plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, vinyasa. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take a few more spinal waves, rolling forward, shrugging the shoulders, rolling towards high plank. And then dropping the knees, hovering them, dropping the belly, lifting the tailbone and heart, sending the hips back. Few more spinal waves. That feels good in your body. Or maybe you hang out in a downward dog. Or maybe a child's pose. Whatever feels good to you today. Inhale, and as we exhale, let's find a moment of stillness here in our downward dog, pressing the floor away. Now let's inhale, right toes high. And as you exhale, bring right knee in towards right armpit. Squeeze the right foot towards the glutes and press the ground away. See if you can lift a little higher onto your back toes. See if you can press the earth a little bit farther away with your hands. See if you can be a little more neutral in your neck. And then lift the right knee in towards armpit, lifting the foot, compressing. Then set the right foot down. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, opening to warrior two. Right arm in front, left arm reaches back. Inhale, scoop right hand forward. Exhale, back reverse to warrior. Inhale, lengthening through the right side body. Exhale, sink a little deeper into the hips. Inhale, straighten through right leg and reach right hand forward and then down towards the floor, lifting left arm high, coming into triangle pose. Inhale, spiral the heart towards the sky. Take weight out of the right fingertips and lift the left fingertips for the sky, as if you could be stretched in all four directions. Actively engage the kneecaps. And then as you exhale, let's spiral left hand down towards floor, plant the palms on either side of the right foot, and hop back foot in a foot or two. Toes face out to maybe a 45-degree angle. Inhale, lift the chest flat back, send right hip back and left hip forward, and let's reach our arms long in front of us. Pyramid pose. And then as you exhale, let head, chest, chin drop towards the leg. Option to stay here, or option to really activate through the right leg and send fingertips back as far behind you as you can get them, tenting into finger pads, bringing weight into all four corners of the foot and the finger pads and lifting left toes off the ground, squeezing them in towards the hips. Flamingo. You got it. And exhale, gently set that back foot down, straighten through the back foot. And let's walk our fingertips forward so that they land a little bit in front, maybe a hand's distance in front of the front foot. Inhale, bringing weight into the right foot, lift left leg towards sky, standing split. Maybe here you work on activating the glutes, squaring the hips, lifting, pointing through the toes, lifting towards sky. Maybe you play with dropping the head, dropping the gaze. Maybe you play with lifting one hand and then the other off the ground and wrapping them around the ankle, playing with balance here. Just maybe. All options. Find what feels good in your body. And then planting the hands, maybe a foot in front of your front foot. We're going to shift our weight forward, round through the shoulders, bend into the right leg, and we're going to lift off, kicking up towards handstand. So lift that left leg high, jumping up towards handstand. Just take a couple hops here. See if you can catch some hang time. And then meeting back in a downward facing dog. Whenever you feel ready, maybe you take a vinyasa, maybe you hold your handstand, whatever feels good. And then let's go for the opposite side. Inhale, left toes high. Exhale, pull knee in towards left armpit. Holding here, squeezing left thigh towards left glute. Pressing the floor away, clawing through the fingertips. Crown of the head is long, coming higher onto the right toes. And then lifting the knee higher in towards armpit and chest, stepping it through and coming up, crescent lunge, arms high. Exhale, opening up to warrior two. Inhale, reaching left hand forward and exhaling, reversing the rainbow. Left hand sweeps high like a rainbow. Feeling that nice side body stretch in the left body. Inhale. And as you exhale, straightening through left leg, reaching left fingertips down towards floor, and inhaling right arm high. Triangle pose. Actively engage the kneecaps here. Lifting the knees to engage the quads and the hamstrings. Maybe lift left fingertips from floor or shin or wherever they are. See if we can invite a little strength. And then exhale, lowering right hand towards floor, framing out the left foot, walking the right toes in just a little bit, and bringing them to a 45-degree angle, finding our pyramid pose. Left hip pulls back, right hip pulls forward. Inhale, half back, halfway lift, flat back, reaching arms long. And then as you exhale, fingertips can sweep down, letting heart and chin and forehead melt towards the leg. And if it felt fun before, walking the fingertips back, tenting them out, bringing weight into the left foot, actively engaging the whole leg, and then lifting the back toes. Squeeze your lower abdomen here. Actively engage the core. Exhale, setting the toes down. And walking the hands until they're just a bit in front of the left toes. Inhale, sweep the right toes high, standing split. And again, we'll stay here for a while. So play with lifting the right toes higher, actively squeeze through the glutes, the thighs, the quads to do so. Maybe play with tucking the chin, changing your gaze. Maybe play with lifting the hands one at a time from the floor, tenting through the fingertips, giving yourself a little stability. Just play. It's all just fun. We're all here just to learn new things. And if you fall, don't worry. We all do. Inhale, let's lift slightly. Let's press our hands into the earth, round through the back body. Maybe take a little wiggle back with the left foot, bend into the left knee. Keep the right leg lifted and take a little hop towards handstand. Gentle little handstands here. And then stepping back, downward facing dog, meeting there. Just after your playtime, maybe you get some hang time, maybe you take a vinyasa, maybe a child's pose. Then let's roll the spine forward, take another spinal wave. Bend into the knees, lift the hips. Take one more, rolling through the spine. Bend the knees, lift the hips, lead with the tailbone. And then find a moment of stillness. before we go ahead and put it all together. Inhale, right toes to sky. Exhale, cross right knee towards left elbow. Then send the right foot out to the side. Inhale, reaching left arm high. Exhale, circling it around and down, letting the hips meet the floor. Bend into elbows, chest and chin touch floor. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, lift hips. Inhale, right, left arm high. Exhale, sit hips back towards back of mat. And bring the right leg with you. Reach left hand forward, wrap it around behind left knee. Inhale, find the bind. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach right hand back towards top of mat. Inhale, left arm and hips high, straightening through left leg. Plant the left hand, reach right knee in towards armpit, and then circle it around and step it behind the hips, lifting hips and chest into a wild bend. Exhale. This time bringing right knee in towards right shoulder, circling it around and stepping it all the way forward. Coming up into crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Breathing deep, smiling, you've got this. Exhale, straightening through front leg, reaching left arm high, coming into triangle pose. Actively engage the kneecaps. Exhale, left hand lowers and back foot steps in slightly. Exhaling forward into pyramid. Right hip pulls back, left hip pulls forward. Maybe you walk the fingertips back and invite flamingo by inviting the left leg up. And then exhaling. Let's walk our hands. This time take them maybe a hand's distance in front of the foot, lifting gently and quickly through our standing split, bringing weight into the hands, rounding out the spine, and inhaling and exhaling, taking a few little hops towards handstand here. And then finding your downward dog. Maybe taking a vinyasa, maybe a child's pose, maybe a few deep breaths. And inhaling the left toes high. Exhale, left knee across the body. Tap right elbow, send the left foot long. Inhale, right arm to sky. Exhale, right hand down, hips lower. Bend into the elbows, chest and chin touch floor. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lift hips high. Right arm reaches for the sky. Then exhale, hips to the back of the mat. Bring left foot back to meet right foot. Inhale, reaching arms forward, wrapping right arm around the back, and interlacing fingers behind the back body. Inhale, send heart forward. Exhale, lower. Take a little breather. Inhale, looking forward, unclasping the bind, walking left hands towards front of mat, and inhale, reaching right hand and hips high, coming back into fallen star. Exhale, planting right hand, coming onto right toes and bringing left knee into chest, then stepping left toes behind the hips. Inhale, reaching chest and hips high, and allowing left hand to circle behind the body. Coming into wild thing. Next, exhale. Let's bring left knee in towards chest. Circle it all the way around, stepping it forward and through, coming all the way up into crescent lunge. Exhale, opening to warrior two. Inhale, reach the arm forward, reverse the warrior. Feel that nice side stretch. Inhale here. Exhale, straightening through front leg, bringing left fingertips towards floor and reaching right arm high. Actively engage through the kneecaps, keeping the quads alive. Ground down through all four corners of the back foot. And then exhale, right hand towards floor, bringing right toes in ever so slightly and finding your pyramid pose. Exhaling, heart and forehead towards front shin. Left hip pulls back, right hip pulls forward. Maybe walking the fingertips back, extending the arms, and lifting right toes towards hips. And then planting right toes, walking right and left hand, both hands, in front of your left foot, and reaching right toes towards the sky, finding your standing split for just a moment before inhaling, puffing up through the back of the heart, bending into the left leg, and taking a few pops here onto the hands, reaching up through the top leg, and then sending it back to meet in a downward facing dog. Inhale, roll it forward, high plank. And then as you exhale, let's set the knees down as wide as the mat. Set the hips down, coming into child's pose. From here, we'll inhale, rolling the hips forward, coming onto the belly, finding a seal posture, pressing down through the tops of the feet, maybe keeping the arms straight or bending them if that feels good, actively engaging the glutes to engage the pelvis so that you get more space in the low back to find this back bend. And then exhale, lowering down towards the earth. From here, we'll take our right arm and shoot it underneath the left. And then bring left knee up so that it's bent out to the side in like a little frog position. Resting the forehead on the earth for just a moment. And then from here, inhaling left arm to the sky and then opening all the way up so that left arm meets the floor and we find ourselves in a nice reclined twist. And really beginning to slow down, to cool down the body, and to let the benefits of this very juicy practice sink in. Maybe you even look over left shoulder here, inviting a really deep spinal twist. Feeling as if we could wring out the organs, wring out all that sweat we created today. And then let's inhale left palm over towards right. And then send the left leg long. Press back into both palms. Walk the hands a little forward so we can take left arm and scoop it under the right armpit. And then bring right knee up towards the left hand, bending into that right leg. And then inhaling right arm up and over, opening up to our nice, juicy twist. Inhale here, let's lengthen the spine. Feel as if you could create more space. And then exhale, deepening the twist, maybe looking over the right hand. Inviting shoulders closer to floor. And let's inhale all together, deeply, fully. And as you exhale, let's roll completely onto our backs. And recenter yourself on your mat if you need to. I know I do. And from here, let's invite a reclined pigeon. So we'll cross left ankle over right knee and bring the shin towards the chest, knee towards the chest. And a couple of options here. Maybe you want to loop hands through the middle of your legs and clasp them over your right thigh or shin and use that space, that position, that shape to invite more of a delicious stretch in your outer hip, your outer left hip. Or maybe it feels fun and available to you today to place your left foot inside the cradle of your right elbow and to wrap your left hand around your shin, interlacing the fingers and sending the right foot long. Kind of like we're rocking the baby here. Maybe you've done this posture in other classes or with me before. This is a very juicy, very yummy hip opener. And just rocking back and forth, or maybe finding some stillness using that right elbow to invite your shin closer, sending the right leg, the long leg, down, grounded towards the earth. And wherever you are now, let's plant the bottom of the right foot on the ground. Ooh, some music from our neighbors. How fun. Plant left foot down on the earth. And then let's cross right ankle over left knee and bring that knee in towards chest. Maybe looping fingers over the shins, maybe not. And then cradling if you took it before, cradling the right foot in the left elbow and sending left foot nice and long. Maybe rocking side to side. Just finding what feels good here in your body today. And then bringing left foot to the floor and allowing right foot to drop next to it. And taking any final postures that might feel good to you here, anything you're feeling like we're missing in your practice. And when you feel ready, giving yourself a big hug, bringing knees into chest, lifting forehead, squeezing. And as you exhale, sending legs long, opening up to our Savasana, our final resting pose. And in this posture, I invite you to really take the time to wiggle into a space of comfort, of rest. This part of the practice is when our body learns that through our asana, through our physical postures, we are able to generate heat, we are able to withstand difficulty, and then we are able to self-regulate back to a space of calm, content, and quiet. It is this quiet space that is the true strength of our practice, where we have learned through our physical body how to invite the mind to settle, to rest, and to have more space for compassion, for joy, and contentment. I invite you to really pay attention to the tingling and the aliveness that is your body without motion. There is so much already happening within you if we can only listen. And I invite you, before we come back to this day, to this evening, to this space, to find your heartbeat. Drop in to the wub, wub, wub. That is your rhythm, your own personal rhythm. Feel it in the chest, in the fingertips, in the ankles. That's you. You are alive. Isn't that glorious? And then when you're ready to come back to the room, begin by deepening the inhale, lengthening the exhale, bringing awareness first to the breath. And then wiggling the fingers and the toes, reaching the hands up high, bringing the bottoms of the feet towards one another, pointing through the toes, making a big, long line with your body. Before rolling onto one side, cradling the head in the hands, bringing the knees in towards chest. And then gently pressing yourself back up. to a seated position. Eyes remain soft or maybe even closed. And then settling in here to this seated posture where we begin our practice. Ready to begin the next part of your day. Thank you for practicing with me today. May you take your intention with you, and may you be filled with joy and peace. Namaste. Thanks, YouTube fam. We'll see you next